Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? What a week! What a week! What a week! What's like a roller coaster? We have our highs and then we got our lows, right? So there's actually a huge list of stuff I would like to cover. I'm gonna first go over the market settlement, and then kind of like today's stream is gonna be about how to follow like the breadcrumbs. Follow the breadcrumbs because I think this is a good. It's not even really hard, but it's like one of those skills that is easily acquirable that you can use for not just your trading, but for your like I don't know about you guys, but I was into traditional finance before I went into crypto. Um, so, like for example, I did stocks and mostly I did options. I'm more of an options trader, so it was a big shift for me at least to go from options to just crypto. Okay, and of course futures. So with that, so first off, market sentiment, and then second is going to be about following breadcrumbs. What that means is following what smart people are doing. Follow the smart money, right? I think everyone's ever has heard of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the fear 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 indicator stuff. All right, here we go. All right, here we are. We are looking at 26 on the fear index. Not too bad, not too bad. We were at 10 or 11 just like a couple days ago. 10 or 11. Gosh, it feels like just yesterday, or at least when I was doing the stream, it feels like it was just yesterday. But yeah, we're pretty low here. We've been hanging out from the 10 region to the 20 region. So I think it's as much as it's like for a correction, I feel like now this is like a buying opportunity. But then of course someone's gonna be like, didn't you say that last week? So I'm gonna be neutral on this. For now, it's Bitcoin is getting a bounce as we could see on the chart, but we're still in sideways territory for now. Okay, we're still in sideways territory until Bitcoin can break this downtrend. Okay. So, what I'm looking at is that Bitcoin can hit this line. As you guys can see, it could hit this line. And then it could just, we don't know. It could come back down, retest this 34, $35,000 region, and just continue going sideways, right? So Bitcoin does need to make its moves continuing up. It's nice that we have a bounce, but we need a breakout or just go sideways for a little longer. Either way, the way I'm looking at the squeeze indicator, the one over here, it shows there's nothing. There's no squeeze happening or anything. So I think there's just no energy to push Bitcoin up at this current moment. So now I am. Oh, sorry, I ate so much spicy food earlier today. I shouldn't have ate it, but it was so good. I'm looking at the side trader app, and everything is pretty much green. Everything is green almost. There's actually only like USDC is the only coin that's like on the red. So that tells me a lot of USD has been deployed. BUSD has been deployed. So yeah, it's a nice. This is actually it seemed like for a long time, this has actually been a nice bounce for this, but we are not out of the woods until Bitcoin can break through this trend. Okay, again. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and move on to this. I'm gonna first try, it's gonna like talking about a gem. It's another gem, but I'm not telling you that you should go buy it or anything. Okay. But it has potential. It has potential, but it's just an example. I'm going to use this coin as an example of how to follow the breadcrumbs. Okay. So I'm bringing up the parachain.info, and I'm bringing up this one, Seer Network. Okay. So Seer Network, their symbol is just CERE. Okay. And that's available on Gate. Okay. So this this gem is going to go on the I believe they're trying to go for the Polkadot parachain, right? So right now they're just kind of sort of standby. They already got one grant from the Web3 Foundation, and they have 32 investors. So why am I talking about this particular gem? Okay. Right now, because the market has been down, this I'll go over the token price later, but it's basically back to where it was first funded. Okay, I think if you were an early seeder, I think that's a correct term, early seeder, it's basically back at that price level. Okay. And this, in order for me to explain Siri, I have to, it's basically, I'm not sure if you guys know, but it's a combination of Snowflake. Their ticker is Snow. And then Salesforce, their ticker is CRM. Okay. So Snowflake, I have to explain Snowflake. Snowflake is decentralized cloud. So when I say decentralized, I'm sorry, not decentralized cloud. It's cloud. Okay, but they are the decentralized version of Snowflake. So their data cloud, okay, financing. So if you want to find information about weather or about bikes or about like anything you want to find, like they have a database. Snowflake. I'm talking about Snowflake, okay? And they get that data, for example, from Google, Microsoft, and other big names. So this Siri is more decentralized. They got data, but it's not like it's like they're that how do you say it? There's a walled garden. They call it walled garden. So now, like this small company can come in. So that is part one of what Series Network is. Part two is they're like Salesforce. So like you guys ever, you guys watched YouTube. I'm sure everyone here has, if you guys are watching me, you're probably watching me on YouTube. You guys ever notice like there's always ads? So those ads connect to you and connect to the advertiser. In order for that advertiser is trying to sell you a type of service, right? So if you go for that service, you become a client of their service, right? So they call it service, SaaS, software as a service. So it's like it's connecting the client and the service together. So that is what Series Network is. It's a combination of these two together. Okay. and there's the and this team has some big names, big team members who are behind this project. Okay, so now that I have that, so this is one way I found this company. Another way I found this company or this project is because um, they introduced themselves first on Republic. Republic has crypto, and they were one of the projects that were listed before they got listed on, for example, on Gate. They went on Republic to get seed funding, for example. Okay, so who uses Republic? Well, like I said, I used to do kind of traditional. I'm into early startups. I'm into crypto and all that, right? So I'm not sure if you guys know him, Nava Ravascan. I cannot say his name properly, but he's like the co-founder of AngelList, right? Early investor. You guys can see it in Uber, for Foursquare, Twitter, and all this. So where am I getting at? Okay, he is very, he's a prominent angel investor. So what, as someone who's maybe you're new to investing, you want to follow what the smart people are doing. Okay, he's a little bit of an eccentric guy, but I think when I read about him and learn about him, he's kind of cool. He's a cool guy. He brings value to space. He brings value to in the investing space, for example. As you know, Republic Note is maybe you guys know, or maybe you guys don't know, but Republic Note is basically like a security token for this place. Okay, they're going to go on the Algorand. Algorand crypto. So do you see how things are becoming kind of connected here? I'm connecting you from Ceres network to the Republic network, and now we're going back to we're going from one network to another network, if it makes sense. So Ceres network to Republic network, and Ceres is connected to DOT, by the way. And now we're going back to Algorand, okay? Because Republic Note is going to be built on the Algorand blockchain. So that's one way to see how the dots play. Okay, he's an investor in Terraforms, but that's not what I brought. I wanted you guys to see this person. Okay. Another way to connect the dots is, I'm not sure if you guys know, there's the PayPal Mafia. Oh my God. I'm going to have to, I have something to go off, guys. I'm going to have to come back in a little bit. I'm having some stomach problems here. I apologize. One second. Okay. I'm sorry about that. Oh my God. Too much spicy food. Okay, so why am I bringing up the PayPal mafia? So if you guys don't know, I've brought up before All In podcast, which consists of these 4 billionaires, right? These 4 billionaires are Chamath, David Sachs, Freeberg, and Jason, right? And why I'm bringing up the kind of intro is because they invested in projects, for example, or in companies. So one of the projects that I wanted to like kind of connect the dots here too is, for example, if you look at the intro for the All-in-One Forecast podcast, you can see that he is dubbed the Queen of Quiche. He's like the vegan kind of guy, and he's all into green. He wants to be the plant person. Okay. Another way of like looking at the dots, how dots are being played out, is we look at okay, here it is. Okay, another way we look at dots, right? For example, David Sachs. He's one of the guys on All-in-One podcast. Now, this guy is connected to everyone here, right? He's connected to Keith. Everyone knows Elon Musk, right? Everyone knows Elon Musk, Steve Chen, and Peter Thiel. What you guys probably don't know about Peter Thiel is that he's connected to a lot of tech companies, not just these guys, right? He's like the seed investor for PayPal, and these guys went off after PayPal was sold, because they sold PayPal. They went out and started another company, or they co-founded other companies, right? So what I'm trying to say is, if you started a company, oftentimes let's say you sell that company, oftentimes you start another company, you have a higher success rate at succeeding compared to somebody who is new, who has just never started a business ever before, right? You have a higher chance of a success. Like everyone knows, before Elon Musk did Tesla and SpaceX, he did PayPal. Everybody knows that, right? But there's other people. There's other people here. Like, for example, I'm not sure if you guys know, but there's Plantier. They do, they do, what is it? Cloud. I think they're database or cloud, something like that. I'm not invested in that. So I listen to All-in-One podcasts. Okay. I listen to All-in-One podcasts. I read. Peter Thiel has like 1 or 2 books out there, 0 to 1. And he has one about like kind of a scandal, but it's written by Ryan Holiday. Okay. So I bring this up because if we follow certain people, you can, like, if you see what they're investing in, you can invest in them too, right? That's a no-brainer. So sometimes you don't know who they are. So what you do is, especially this happens often, especially in crypto, is that you take shots in the dark. Okay. By taking shots in the dark, you don't know. You don't know if they're going to be necessarily successful, but what it is you can either follow one who is backing them, right? Who are the people that support that company, that project, and so forth. So one of the things I actually look for is a strong founder. Okay, I look for a strong founder, co-founder, or CEO. Right, leader. I believe leadership is very important. Like, you can have a whole bunch of smart people, right? Like, I feel like I'm gonna use Musk for this, for example. You can have a whole bunch of smart people in a lab, right? Now, smart people like to work with smart people. Do you ever guys notice that? Right? They only want to work with smart people because they don't want to work with someone that's like less their IQ or something like that. But you need someone who can, when I say leader, you need someone who can, even though you're smart, can direct people to work in a team. So, for example, I see Musk as that person. He can work a team. Even whether he's the smartest person in the room or not the smartest person in the room, you have to have good relationship with people to make them work together, right? It doesn't matter if you're smart or if you're not smart. Everyone has different attributes to contribute to a company, right? Maybe this person doesn't. Maybe person A doesn't know a lot about rocket science, for example, right? They don't know a lot about rocket science, but they know a lot about writing, right? So they're bringing a lot to the table already. Another way to look at this is not just leadership. You look at what their vision is. What is that company, or in crypto, this is very important, the vision. What is the vision that they wish to achieve? And then once you learn what their vision is, you can decide whether you want to be an investor or not. Okay, so here's an example. I invested in Tesseract. Okay, Tesseract had this. For example, it's a team. It's basically a team of rocket scientists. Okay, they're a team of rocket scientists. They, like, if you guys ever read their like pitch deck, like when they were pitching to investors, they, it was like kind of painful because it was just a whole bunch of smart people and they're trying to get investors because they're a startup. And as smart as they were, it doesn't matter if they were a group. There was they had a good leader, right? Or at least, I thought the guy was good. He was a good leader. He knew how to talk. He knew how to talk. But anyways, so he knew how to talk, and he knows how to work with the people on this team, for example. Okay. Later on, he got a partnership. Okay. Beach Benchmark Space System merges with Tesseract. Okay. All right. So now they have a partnership. Okay, good. I didn't invest in just a whole bunch of rocket scientists. I invested on the leader. And yeah, I invested in a whole bunch of nerds. But what Tesseract's project, or what they were trying to achieve, was a green propulsion system. So every rocket or satellite that goes from the ground into space needs a propulsion system. Okay, they need our propulsion system. So this is how you follow the breadcrumbs. Like, I didn't know this. Okay, but every satellite, every rocket ship. But I took a shot in the dark. Okay, I took a shot in the dark because I believed in the team and the breadcrumbs. Okay, this is how you follow the breadcrumbs. They did a merger, and eventually, this is a bit old. Okay, I know, I get it. It's 2020. They did a merger, and they now have their propulsion system on the SpaceX Falcon 9. Okay, Falcon 9. Does that ring a bell for anybody? It does, right? Falcon 9 uses Benchmark's propulsion system, which has a partnership with Tesseract. See where I'm going? Following the breadcrumbs. Now, not only does Falcon 9 have a partnership with Benchmark, they are also, I don't need this anymore. They also have a partner, they have thrusters, and they have a partnership with Firefly Aerospace, which is an American company that does, I believe they do rockets. I'm not sure if they do rockets or thrusters, one of the two. But they're doing something. But either way, like instead of investing in, for example, instead of investing in SpaceX, you can invest in, because what does every rocket or every satellite need? They need a propulsion system. Okay, so let's say hypothetically SpaceX doesn't do well, right? You invest in the companies that, whether that sell, for example, instead of investing in one or two or three different satellite companies, you can invest in the equipment, right? You invest in the equipment that is needed for satellite, solar powered or solar lights or anything. You invest in the equipment. Another way to look at this is, I think maybe like 2 years ago, when cannabis or like marijuana was becoming kind of popular, especially there in California. Instead of investing in the companies that produce marijuana, you invest in lights, you invest in the warehouse or property. So that's what I'm trying to say. Invest in the like little breadcrumbs. Because if that company goes down under, the company that sold you the warehouse or rent doesn't make sense. So that is what I mean by following the breadcrumbs. Oh. All right. So I'm bringing up this because I think this is also kind of like a little breadcrumb. I already told you David Sachs is already one of the players on this podcast. Okay. But what you guys may not know, right? Not only is he one of the people on All in One podcast, he's already, I told you, he's one of the PayPal mafia. He's one of the PayPal mafia, and one of the companies that he did was Zenefits. He was the CEO of Zenefits. Now, take a look at this bird. Take a look at this bird. Okay? Does anyone think like this is kind of interesting? This bird looks a lot like this bird. And if you don't believe me, let's do it with this. Images. This bird looks a lot like, right? This bird looks a lot like this bird, doesn't it? Does anyone think that's kind of like interesting? David Sachs' bird is kind of like that because he was this former CEO of Zenefits. It's the same. It's like, it's not the same exact, but it's similar. I thought that was cool. And if we go further into this, like out a little bit, this is Virgin. Was this Virgin Galactica? So what does that tell me? It tells me that these guys are somehow also connected to Richard Branson, right? Richard Branson is, you know, Virgin Galactic. Like he does Virgin Mobile and Virgin the plane and stuff, right? He helped get people off the ground. So, anyways, what I'm trying to say is the rich people are connected somehow, right? So I told you how Tesseract is connected to them. They're making whatever stuff. Okay, this is the American. They're making thrusters for them. Okay, so that's one way how you can follow breadcrumbs in traditional. Now we need to get back to crypto. Okay, how do you follow stuff in crypto? I'm not sure if you guys know, but I'm a Rune fan and I'm a Luna fan. Luna took a big punch in the face the last 2 weeks or so. But Luna is not done. Luna is still, in my opinion, getting off the ground. Okay. So right now, if you guys are fans of Thorchain is Luna is live on their stage. Okay. So StageNet is basically the testnet, right? Testnet, if you guys are familiar with testnet, like Kusama's the testnet for Polkadot. Okay, it's that testing ground. Okay, don't ask me why, but the Thorchain decided to do Doge first before they did Luna. I don't know why. I didn't realize they were Doge fans, but either way, I thought this was this is one way how you can follow breadcrumbs. What's going on in the ecosystem? Okay. Oh, another thing I wanted to bring up is there's Rentberry too. This is how you follow another following more breadcrumbs. Okay. I was a early investor in Rentberry back when it was 7 million. Okay. I invested when it was 7 million. And now it's 25 million. They're raising on Start Engine. Okay. Why am I bringing this up? Well, Start Engine is a platform where startups can come and raise money. Okay. They come and they raise money for their company, right? So Start Engine helps you get raise money for your company. Well, doesn't it sound familiar? Does anyone remember that Start Engine sounds a little familiar? I was an investor in Start Engine. I'm an investor in the platform, right? Now, I'm not sure if you guys are aware. So hold on, I'm gonna take off my screen share here for a moment. So you guys have to look at my pretty face. Wow. I'm not having a really good stomach day. All right. All right. So start engine. All right. Start engine. Because I'm an investor, the CEO wrote to me. Okay. This company, the CEO, okay, this goes back to investing. We're looking for strong founders. We're looking for people who have succeeded already. Okay. It's a lot harder to do this with crypto, but it is still possible to have a sense of where things can go. Okay. So, Start Engine, the platform I invested in, right? I want you guys to take a look at Howard Marks. Okay. He was the CEO. He was the CEO of Activision. Activision recently got acquired by Microsoft for $69 billion. So do you see where I'm going with this? I invested in a strong CEO founder, and he started Start Engine. I invested in Start Engine pretty much at the ground floor. And he wrote, he didn't know it and I didn't know it, okay? Nobody knows the future, right? But the fact is that Activision did get acquired by Microsoft, and he wrote that he was humbled by it, and it did take a long time to get to where it was, but he started the company with just a couple $100,000, and now to see it sold for billions, like 69 billion 30 years later, that's amazing. Okay, that's an amazing. If you were the president or CEO of that company, you'd be humbled by it. But he's no longer the CEO. He's now moved on to Start Engine. Okay, so that is his letter. I'm not gonna read it for you guys, but I just wanted to show that to you. Okay, so Rentberry. Okay, now I'm going back to Rentberry. Rentberry did a fundraiser back in 2020. But before they raised in 2020, they did an ICO. They did an ICO, decentralized home rental platform. Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with D-Travel. D-Travel is another token that is sold on Gate. I don't think I've seen D-Travel listed on other exchanges, but it is listed on Gate. And Rentberry has been already out. Okay, Rentberry is a competitor, basically. So how are these guys connected? Well, they raised on WeFounder. They raised on they're raising on Start Engine. Okay, and they also raised prior in the ICO before the ICO busted. Okay, I think since then they haven't really done much with their token. But I do know that they do have a token. I think it's Berry. I forgot. Yeah, Berry. Yeah. But they're very active in the traditional finance space. Okay, they're not active in the crypto space, but they're more active in the traditional space. So even though I didn't, this was Like they did their token sale back in 2018, and it's a slow growth, but they've grown since then. But now they've taken a step back from their token, and now they are just going the traditional route. So it seems, at least. They may come back to their crypto. All right. So that's one way, but I thought that was interesting. We can see where these people, where these co-founders or presidents or CEOs, where they're raising their money, right? Not only where they're raising their money, but also where their what their intentions are, right? So we see that, and then we look at we like to look at who's investing behind the projects, right? For example, I know that he is for sure one of the investors of Republic Note. And this is like the Republic ecosystem. Now, why am I bringing this up? Oh, shoot. I didn't even do this part. I didn't show this part. This is funny. Okay. Okay. That's funny. I'm just talking. I didn't even show you the image. I feel bad. All right. So we have this guy, okay? He's connected to Republic. We have Republic connected to these companies, like everyone knows about Robinhood and SpaceX, right? Everyone knows about SpaceX. A lot of people know about, was it Draper? And maybe you guys know about Kraken and stuff. So we're all connected, okay? We're all connected somehow and in some way, okay? So Republic before is traditional. Now they have expanded, okay? They used to be just purely all just startups. Now they have expanded to crypto, and even like they even have a separate division. They call it Republic Metaverse. So like they're invested in land plots there in the metaverse, and like the Central Land, and I don't know if they do Mana, but I think they invested in like land plots there. So I thought that was cool. So where am I getting at? So we want to follow what the smart people are doing, right? What are the smart people doing? So we know about Navea. I cannot even say his name proper. I'm so bad at this. Okay. We look at him, and then we look at also other co-founders, right? Or co-investors like Sequentia. Does Sequentia sound familiar? It should sound familiar to you guys. That's Peter Thiel's, right? I have a little paper there. Peter Thiel has a few companies, right? He's a leader of was it Killen Perkins and Sequentia Capital. So he's in on Republic. He is a co-investor. Andres Herenzwit, he's also a co-investor. And much to my disdain, Goldman Sachs is in it. To my disdain. Okay? Killen Perkins, there we go. Founders Fund, that's also Peter Thiel. So we want to follow this smart money. Where are they investing, and how are they investing? Unix Square Ventures. Has anyone heard of them? Everyone's heard of Robinhood. I know that Peter Thiel was one of the investors in Robinhood, And for sure, he was definitely one of the earlier investors in SpaceX. So we can follow these little breadcrumbs, okay? So we follow where they go, okay? I know that they come here on Republic, for example, but they also go into crypto, okay? Navana, guys, he drops a lot of wisdom, so I like to follow him. And again, this is Andreas Horowitz, right? He invested. This is just recently, by the way. This is this year. He invested in this game. Okay, in the metaverse. You can't even see their legs. There's no legs. He's investing in people who have no legs. Anyways, also recently, this is a little bit. This is long, kind of like last year, but this is the guy. Okay. Recently, I couldn't find the article, but recently they did a raise for Phantom. If you guys don't know, Phantom is this wallet for the Solana, led by this guy. Okay, so he's investing in Solana. Okay, he's investing in Solana, and that was just recently, I believe. That was just like today or yesterday, something like that. So follow these rich people. What are they investing in? Where are they investing? And so that's what I'm trying to get at. And I don't know about some of the ethics these guys have are questionable. So that is this is kind of like the lesson I'm trying to point out. We want to follow these people. Not everyone, because there's still a lot of them. Okay, there's too many people to follow, but follow the ones that you like. Follow the ones that you believe are that want to make an impact on the world for the better, right? For example, Tesla, he wants to change the world where we don't have to rely on gas, right? YouTube basically changed the landscape of TV. Yelp, who doesn't use Yelp? We go by recommendations now, right? LinkedIn, everyone likes to look at LinkedIn profiles. I mean, and so forth. Okay, so follow what are these guys doing? Okay, I know it's impossible to follow everybody, but I think it's important that you follow what the smart people, like Tesla, like Elon Musk. He's a smart guy. Okay, don't get me wrong, he's very smart, but I like to follow others like Peter Thiel. I like to follow David Sachs and Chamath and Freeberg. Like, what are they like? What's on their mind? What are they thinking about? Right? Because sometimes they have insight, and sometimes they have insider knowledge that you may not have. Right? You can take a guess. What they're going off about, but you don't have to be like a complete clueless. So if you're new and you have no idea what to do with, for example, you have $10,000 set aside, you have no idea, take the time to read up on the smart people. What are they doing? Okay. One of the things I did when I was first starting out was I was reading books. Here's my book list. Especially when I was starting out to learning trading. I'm still into options. The Complete Guide to Option Selling. The Disciplined Trader. Trading in the Zone. Everyone knows that book, right? and millionaire success habits. So you follow what they recommend. You follow what some you read books that the smart people would recommend, and I follow. Um, what are the billionaires thinking, and how are they expanding their horizon? You ever notice that rich people are very open minded, very liberal, oftentimes? So like they break the barriers between average and ongoing, right? All right, so follow follow these breadcrumbs is the entire message. Now, when we go into crypto, we see a lot of VCs. We want to follow what these VCs are doing. We have this guy, right? I told you he just did a funding round for Phantom. And a lot of these co investors, they're also in. Even Draper, Tim Draper, there's Draper Labs. He's into crypto, so we can follow what they're doing. And when a crypto project does present itself, they like to show off their partners. And then you can do research on their partners. Who are their partners? Who back them? Maybe you've never heard of the partners or their backers before. If you've never heard of their backers, maybe it's time to do a little research on their backers. If their backers are good, they have success in the past, then you can anticipate that they may also have success with a certain crypto project. So that crypto project, does have potential. Why else would so and so invest? Okay. Oh, I hope this was useful knowledge. I was like, I prepared all of this, but I was just like thinking like how you guys can follow breadcrumbs. I think it's like it's a very easy skill to acquire, but it requires like following the dots. So going back to Siri now. Series is, like I said, they have people on their team that are from from Salesforce. They have people on their team from Salesforce. I think they have a website. They have a website here. Yeah. All right. There was a lady here. I remember. So we see co-founder, the CTO. He has connections with Amazon, with Twitch, MIT. We see Kenzie. And here, this is the one that I was looking at the most. She was the ex Salesforce COO. So we can see connections. We can see connections to how this crypto project, how it could potentially go. Right now, it's at because the market has been pushed down significantly. When they first were doing their fundraiser, they did it on Republic, and you had to be if you were an American citizen, you had to be accredited. But if you were from anywhere else in the world, non-accredited, you could have invested in them. So let's go on to the charts, and I will show you that. Oh my God. All right. All right, so here we are. Render is showing some good, strong support, or not strong support, but comeback. So I thought that was a good chart. That is the. All right. So I'm not saying go invest in this right now, but I'm saying this is the token. Okay. Eventually, this coin is going to go for a parachain slot auction. Do you see where I'm going with this? We follow breadcrumbs. I got the information from Republic, and now I get the information now on here on Gate. So we can follow the breadcrumbs. Where are these people going, and what is their vision? Now, they are listed on Gate. I'm not saying to go buy it, okay? But I am saying that this could potentially have, they're basically kind of a Arweave competitor, and Crust competitor, and I believe they have already NFT studio already built in into this network. So they're a little bit actually kind of ahead. I think Arweave is trying to make a NFT platform for its blockchain on the Solana. But they're already ahead because they already have an NFT suite already integrated. So data cloud, so you can store your NFT securely. And it's going to be, they're going to eventually go for a parachain auction on the DOT network. So again, follow the breadcrumbs. So I hope this was kind of helpful knowledge to you guys. I'm going to go ahead and take some quick questions and so forth. All right. What is going on with chat? Hey, sweet, tell Shadow Robo I said hi. Sure, I can do that. BT signal, please. Okay, BT signal up or down. Okay. I already said it earlier. BTC, we don't know what's going on. BTC needs to break that. It needs to break the. It needs to break out. Okay. If it doesn't break out, then it's just gonna go down and sideways. So not much to say on BTC. Okay, yeah. Okay. I bought at launch and DCA'd for a bet. Okay, I see. All right. Because I'm Polkadot related. Great overview and technical analysis and the fundraiser on blockchain. Okay. Where am I from? I should just say I'm from Korea. All right. What do you guys have for me on Gate? Fuzzy. Happy Chinese New Year. Yeah. By the way, it's also Happy Korean New Year. Okay. Chinese Lunar Year. It's Lunar Year also for Koreans. So Happy Lunar New Year to everybody there in Asia. Okay. Happy Lunar Year. So not too much. Okay. Siri is a waste. Lost 95%. Not necessarily lost 95%. I mean, yeah. I mean, I understand what you're saying. It was it did a it premiered on the block on this kind of released in a down market, guys. It came out in November / like December. It wasn't exactly the most optimal time to release your token. But what I'm saying is that this token right now is the same price as when, let's say you bought this coin when it first when they were selling it on Republic. The Republic price, like if you wanted to buy it, they were selling it for 3 cents. Now I'm saying it's basically the same price as it was 2 years ago or a year ago. I believe it was a year ago. That's when they did the fundraising. So you're basically buying this at seed price. Now, I'm not saying you should be buying this at a seed price now, okay? But I'm just saying that this potentially does have some type of potential. However, it did come under a lot of sell pressure, okay? It did come under a lot of sell pressure. But I think that this coin is worth putting on your radar, okay? This is how you find gems. You look at the teams. At least what I know about the team is that they have a website and I could see who they are, you know. So this is one of those projects that are a little bit kind of shot in the dark, okay? They're a little bit on the shot of the dark. You take a look what they're trying to achieve. And like I said, they already have an NFT platform already. Okay. All right. Bought at launch and DC for a bit. Yeah. So don't give up on projects just because they're down. Okay. I mentioned to you guys once before Octopus and Near. So this goes back to following breadcrumbs again. Okay. I wanted to show you guys something kind of cool. All right. So this is the daily chart for Near. Okay. This is the Near chart. And this is the Octopus chart. Near. Octopus. Near. Octopus. Okay. So do you guys see what I'm trying to show you? The chart is literally the same. Literally the same. So this goes back to Sky. Auntie Sky is telling you how to find the breadcrumbs. Okay. When we see, for example, if we see Near go up, we can expect other coins in the Near ecosystem to also climb up. Okay. Now, this goes the same with Ethereum, right? We see it's not applicable to all of them, but we can see a type of similarity where you invest in, for example, if you invest in Ethereum ERC tokens, they also go up, right? So here's how you follow the breadcrumbs. When we see Near protocol going up, we can take a guess. That Octopus may also go up. Okay, just a little bit of alpha there. Okay, a little alpha there. So keep your eyes on the gems because here we can see Octopus took off right here in like basically here in December 8th and did a 92%. Okay, 92% plus before it just went down. Okay, and then before Octopus went off, it took a little bit of while before Octopus took off. It actually took off a little bit after, but fell down around the same time. You could see Near went up 92% if you just bought at the EMA crossroads. And then it went up basically double, right? So follow the breadcrumbs. Follow the breadcrumbs, guys. Just follow the breadcrumbs. So that's all I have. I'm going to take one more questions if there is. Numbers never lie. Good analysis. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so I'm going to cut off from today now. I hope this was enjoyable for you. I hope that you gained a little bit more knowledge from this. And thank you guys for tuning in. All right. Next week, I'm going to actually go over Anchor. So I believe there is like a whole big shadig deal that went on with it. I still think Luna is good. So I will discuss that next week. Okay. I'm still digesting with what happened. Okay. So you guys have a good day and keep your eyes on those gems, like I said. All right. So there we go. You guys have a good day.